right, y'all. We've made it. This is the last class, last day of your senior year. Tomorrow you've got your official senior day. We would have been going to the Superdome. Actually, I don't even think we were going to go to the Superdome this year because of renovations. But you had your alumni lunch, and I was looking forward to being there with you guys. My hope is that I will be there tomorrow to help out with the senior lunch there. But again, great job, well done on a good semester. I know this is, again, everyone's probably saying the same thing. Not how we planned it at all. Um, but I am proud of you guys for sticking with it. And, I'm excited to see whatever it is that you do in the future. Today, there's really no lesson or notes, just kind of some parting gifts to you. The first is this list of Flores for Dummies, some of the things that we've learned. I'll post it on Canvas. One of the most important pieces of paper you probably will ever get. And then the other is just some contact information if you ever do need any help um, in your life, vocationally, theologically, or otherwise, just how to get in contact with me. So with that, I just tell you we'll just highlight a few of these important things that we've learned for the year, and then I'll hopefully have finished this other video below. But if not, just enjoy the rest of your day and have a good summer. But the first is this, right? That this is the most important thing. That if you remember one thing from this class, here's what you should remember, and here's a list of some of the things that I have said after having said those things. Um, the ones that I really want you to remember, though, number one, that a thing's well-being depends on the fulfillment of that thing's nature. Our end is to be what God made us for. We become fully the beings we are meant to be, i.e., other Christs, in and through the actions we freely choose to do. This is why vocations is the most important class you will ever take. Don't forget that. We learned that at the beginning of the our time together semester, that a thing's well-being is dependent upon it completing the task for which it was created. If it doesn't do that thing, it may be okay, right? Remember we said the stapler is paperweight, but it's not doing what it is, like the best that it could be. Another thing to ask yourself those questions: Who am I? Who am I called to be? Number three, it's important to know why you think what you think about, especially as you go off to college. Number three is really important, but so is number four. An open mind is like an open mouth, useful only to close down on something solid. When you go off to college, whether it's LSU, whether it's someplace far away, uh, chances are you will become a little bit more open minded, and that's a good thing. It's also important to remember that being open minded is only good in terms of searching for something true that you can definitively claim as true. Don't remain so open minded that you never know why you think what you think about. Um, Number eight, this idea that love is a journey, but that it's always a journey outside of the inward looking self. Don't get so caught up in your own emotions and your own internal search for meaning that you forget to go outside of yourself, because that's where your true identity and true meaning in life is going to be found, especially in the vocation, like we said, to marriage and family life, is that it's those moments that you go outside of yourself that your real identity is revealed. Number 12, connected to that the family is the first and foundational building block of all society. Uh, don't forget that, especially for you guys that are going to be like lawyers and doctors. Uh, that the family is the most important thing. And I guess I say that in the sense of, especially if you run for political office, politics and government they're good. Go vote in the election. It's exciting that you guys are going to be able to vote in 2020 election. But remember that the family is the most important thing at the end of the day. Okay. With that, number 16, work is for us. We are not for work. Don't get so caught up in your work that you forget to relax and take a break. A great book. I usually post a reading list. Maybe I can find my reading list and post that. But there's a great book called Leisure: The Basis of Culture, written by a guy named Joseph Pieper. Check that out. Leisure is really, really, really important. So it's good to work, but it's also good to relax. And then the last two, right? Number 19, uh, boo relativism. Never, ever, ever give in to relativism. It's going to be really tempting and easy in college to relativize all of the truths that you've learned throughout your, childhood and young adulthood in New Orleans. Don't give in to that pressure to just live emotively, right? We said emotivism is one of the most dangerous things. The longer you can hold out And the stronger you can hold on to objective truth, I promise you, the happier and more joyful your life will be. It will be more difficult to follow objective truth. There's no doubt about that. You'll probably be ridiculed and seen as an outcast. At the same time, you will be happier, you'll be more fulfilled, you'll be a more joyous person if you hold on to objective truth and don't give in to relativism. And with that, number 20, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to open wide the doors of Christ, as John Paul II said. And I mean that in the simplest ways, like don't be afraid to go to confession, don't be afraid to go to mass, don't be afraid to be a Christian, or to follow whatever religion that you are. Don't be afraid. I guess you know the Christ part would be harder if you're not Christian, but don't be afraid to be the man that God is calling you to be, because of what other people might think, because of the cost that it will take on you, the fear of failure that we talked about. Remember this idea that hope is a guiding force, and that true authentic freedom is only possible when you allow yourself to be guided by that higher authority, by God's call. Not doing what you necessarily, doing whatever you like to do, but doing what you ought to do. Don't let that fear conquer you, because in doing the thing you're called to do, you will be you'll be on fire. You'll have the most fun that you could possibly have in life if you do the very thing that God is calling you to do. Okay, so that's really it, guys. If you have any other questions about life or vocations or anything, you have my Jesuit email, but I don't know if I'll always be a Jesuit. So the other email that you can always reach me at is pflores with the number 1 at alumni.nd.edu. That email address will never go away. Again, you can also follow me now that you're be graduated on Instagram. It's GetMoneyAMDG. Pretty much every profile is GetMoneyAMDG. Twitter, though, I'm pfloresAMDG. And I don't own every GetMoneyAMDG, so if I don't respond or if it seems like it's not me, it might not be me, but that is my screen name for a lot of things. It was good getting to know you guys. I'm looking forward to see what you do in the future. But with that, there's not much more I can teach you, especially since this is your last day. So hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. But if I don't, enjoy your summer. And again, I look forward to seeing what you guys do in college and beyond. So Godspeed, God bless, and good luck. See you in the next one.